Hi folks, this is Tony from aminutetomidnight.com with a very short update on something which I find quite disturbing and really a sign of just how bad things are getting in the world today and what's being accepted. In the Colosseum in Rome from the 27th of September to the 29th of March 2020, there is Carthago, the immortal myth. An exhibition in the Colosseum, which is, that place where Christians were sacrificed by the Romans for entertainment. This exhibition, according to the official website of those running it, the history and culture of one of the most powerful and fascinating cities of the ancient Mediterranean is on display, with the exhibition Carthago, the Immortal Myth. The Colosseum, the Temple of Romulus, and the Imperial Ramp at the Roman Forum will all host extraordinary materials on loan from national archaeological museums in Italy and abroad. The large-scale exhibition is curated by Alfonsina Russo, and the exhibition features reconstructions and multimedia installations side by side with never-before displayed artifacts. The goal is to help familiarise the public with the series of historical events that unite the two great powers of the ancient world, Carthage and Rome. A reconstruction of the terrible deity Moloch, linked to Phoenician and Carthaginian religions and featured in the 1914 film Cabiria, directed by Giovanni Pastroni and written by Gabriele D'Annunzio, will be stationed at the entrance to the Colosseum to welcome visitors to the exhibition. Wow, what a welcome. And according to Breaking Israel News, there is no way that such a thing could be done without the direct permission from the highest levels of the Vatican. The Colosseum of Rome is owned by the Vatican and specifically the Diocese of Rome, also called the Holy See. If anyone wants to do anything there, they must get permission from the office of the Diocese of Rome. The exhibition called Carthago, the Immortal Myth, could not be held there at all unless permissions were granted at high levels. The Vatican has remained silent and has not expressed any opposition to the deity's presence. So what you are seeing here are scenes from Giovanni Pastroni's 1914 silent film Cabiria. I've compressed the scenes a bit so it's a bit shorter than it actually is on the movie. But you are left in no doubt that this Canaanite pagan god Moloch had child sacrifice offered to him in the movie, and this is the statue that is currently greeting visitors to the Colosseum. So what we have here is a Vatican-sanctioned abomination set up in the Colosseum, and no doubt with the approval of the Marxist Babylonian Mystery School adherent Pope Francis. And as I am sure most of you are now aware, Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope. And I'm sure that many of you are aware of the ancient mystery school religions and secret societies, how they have such a big influence and probably control over Hollywood and always have done, which brings us to the movie Cabiria, which was billed as D'Annunzio's masterpiece. Well, let's look at who Gabriele D'Annunzio was very briefly, not a full history. Obviously, there's a lot more to this man, but on the 3rd of March 1901, he was inaugurated with Ettore Ferrari, Grand Master of Italian Freemasonry of the Grand Orient of Italy, the People's University of Milan, where he gave several conferences. The friendship with Ferrari brought him closer to Freemasonry, where he reached the 33rd degree of the old and accepted Scottish Rite. And according to Leo Lion Zagami, who I'm not necessarily endorsing, stated Italian author and Illuminati member Gabriele D'Annunzio, a 33rd degree Freemason deeply involved with sex magic practices, contributed to the screenplay, writing all the intertitles, naming the characters, and even more the movie itself. D'Annunzio, Prince of Montenevoso, Duke of Gaulis, who occupied a prominent place in Italian literature from 1889 to 1910 and later in politics from 1914 to 24, is considered by some historians the poet who invented fascism and inspired Mussolini. Sorry if my pronunciation of Italian isn't exactly crash hot. So at a time when the abortion rate in the world, basically a sacrifice to Moloch, is so great, and when we have an increase in the number of people claiming to be pagans and Wiccans and various other occult type religions, and we have a Jesuit at the helm of the Vatican, is it really any surprise that the Illuminati would even be involved in bringing again this Moloch statue to the forefront and placing it at the Colosseum, where of course we know Christians had been slayed for entertainment in the past? What are they trying to tell us?